Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. So we've got this new property in Doña County, just outside Las Cruces. We have a 1 acre out there right now. This one is very similar to that, both in location as well as amenities. As I think I noted in that video, we do our best here at Hemingway Land to find and list properties that will appeal to as broad a spectrum of the land buying public as is possible. This is the kind of property, however, that has a very specific buyer, so will probably not appeal to everyone, but it is worth checking out, particularly at this price. So we're going to talk about it here, and hopefully somebody watching this is one of those people who it will appeal to. This is reference number DANM-4561. It is 5 acres located in Doña County, sits just northeast of Las Cruces, to give you a sense. And it is priced at $14,000. I will pull up some comps a little bit later in the video, but as you will see, as noted, on a price per acre basis and just in general, this is really, really inexpensive land in this area. To bring it up on a map, just come down here, click on any one of these GPS coordinates, and I'll pull it up on Google Maps. So this specific property sits right out here, just east of Horseshoe Ranch Road. If we go to map view, you can see what the 5 acre lot is shaped like out here, where exactly it is located. This is another one of these that we weren't going to buy unless the title company confirmed that it had legal access. We closed on this with New Mexico Land and Title, and they did confirm legal access. As you can see, the way that these lots are broken down out here, there is some sort of quote-unquote roadway, some sort of quote-unquote legal access that is allowed for right here. So if you're going out to the property, you can take Horseshoe Ranch Road up here, go east, and then go south down to the land. Or if you look at satellite view here, what you'll see is there is nobody living between here and Horseshoe Ranch Road. So you might as well just drive out to the property that way until somebody moves out there and tells you not to, I guess. Anywho, let's just show you where this is in the grand scheme of life here. So this property sits just northeast of Las Cruces. If we measure distance, or right-click and click measure distance, you'll see it's about, say, 13 miles as the crow flies, maybe or something like that, maybe, I don't know, 15 miles. 15-minute drive into the heart of town. Of course, Las Cruces is one of the biggest towns in New Mexico, so this isn't just a grocery or supply run. You're not limited to that. You can go to the movies, you can go to a ball game, any kind of sporting events, nightlife, etc. Las Cruces is going to have that. Of course, you're also not that far from El Paso either. Anywho, back out to the property. So this property sits out here in the northeast, north of the suburbs that are out here. As noted, there are no utilities on the lot. Typically when we buy properties, we like to buy stuff that has utilities on the lot or pretty close by. Nearest utilities to this looks to be this very nice, and it is a very nice home, right over here, or some of the homes that are over here. Both of these are about equidistant, believe it or not. It looks like they're further apart, but they're not. This one's roughly a mile, and the other one is also roughly a mile. What does it cost to get power extended 1 mile out to a subject property? I have no idea. I would say call the local power company and talk to them about that. But of course, solar is obviously always a great option in situations like this. And as noted, as I said earlier, this is the type of property that, to me, that my supposition dealing with buyers is that this is going to appeal to someone who wants to live off-grid, who wants to experiment with things like solar. So just FYI. Anywho, a lot is located out here. Let's, as far as the roads are concerned, when you come out here, if you were to go out and scout this property, and as always, we encourage anybody who's going to spend $14,000 with us, please go out, look at this first, make sure you're happy, make sure this works for you. Whatever the case, if you Google map this, Google's going to tell you to take Moongate Road all the way out to the property. It looks like it goes all the way out there, but it doesn't. It dead ends right here. So you're actually going to want to take Holman Road off the 70, Holman up to Rabbit Run, and this is Rabbit Run right here, and somehow this is also Rabbit Run, and so is this road. And then it turns into the whatever we call it, Horseshoe Ranch Road. Point being, that is how you would get out to the property. Let me just go down here to the photo gallery. This is a photo we are reusing from the 1 acre lot, but it shows you where Rabbit meets Holman, and you get a sense of what the roads are like out here. Obviously, the further north you go, the less populated it is, the less trafficked these roads are going to be. So the roads look more like this. If you're going to go out there, take a 4-wheel drive, take some sort of big truck to get out to the property. Additionally, let me just show you guys this. This is the route that our photographer ended up taking out here. So this is Holman to Rabbit, and then that Horseshoe Ranch Road, and then this sort of legal access thing. Of course, you could just cut over here if you'd like, I'm sure. But that is the best way to get out there to the property. By the way, these are new photos of the land out here, of this specific property. We actually sent him back out and had him take photos, and I think it was largely unnecessary. I think the photos look pretty much like the other photos for the 1 acre lot, but you can get an excellent sense of exactly what the land is like, as well as the spectacular views that you have out here of the Oregon mountains. You can also see exactly how far away the nearest development is. So I think this is an excellent property as far as privacy goes, as far as anybody who wants to experiment with off-grid. And also you're still, pretty close to Las Cruces. You're still pretty close to a, thriving metropolitan area. You can see over here in this one photo that there is some sort of structure, some sort of trailer over here. If we come back to the map, I'm pretty sure that is this. My photographer reports that this is abandoned or deserted. Maybe a power pole out here. They may have something set up where they were one time getting power. Who knows? But he claims it is deserted. So anyway, that would be your nearest neighbor, neighbor in quotes. Anyway, I will let you guys scroll through these photos on your own so you can just sort of scrutinize what the area looks like out here. They'll give you an excellent sense of the terrain, the property, the surroundings, etc. In the meantime, let's talk about what you can build out here. Let's talk about zoning. As with all of our properties, we have the zoning designation that county government gives this. This property is zone D1. And if you click on this PDF, it's going to bring up this excerpt from the local zoning ordinance. It's going to show you what D1, low residential zoning, implies, what it means for you, the buyer, for you, the landowner, you, the person living out there, what you can do, what you can't do. As you can see, this is perfect for site-built homes, mobile homes, etc. I would also speculate, I know I read somewhere here or somewhere in some supplemental documentation that there is no minimum square footage requirement out there. So theoretically, you might be able to do a tiny home out there. Though, as I say to anyone who's going to buy from us, it's always best to call the county, talk to them about what you plan to do and what sort of additional permits you might need to do those things, particularly if you're doing anything quote-unquote unconventional, anything that's not just a single story or a single family home, excuse me. Here on the listing page down here under county contact information, we supply a whole bunch of phone numbers and websites for you to help you better with that research. Doña County does not have a quote-unquote planning and zoning office. They have a quote-unquote community development office. So if you click that, it'll take you to their website. You can call their number. You can talk to them about this. Say, hey, I'm looking to buy some land. It sits roughly, northeast of Las Cruces. It's out kind of in the middle of nowhere. Here's what I want to do with it. It's zone D1. Can I do that? What additional permits do I need? Those are the kinds of questions that I would ask. And by the way, when you're talking to these people, they'll usually ask you for something like the legal description. They usually want to pull it up on a map. This legal description is pretty much gibberish. So I just tell them, how about the parcel number? You want the parcel number? And usually they can look it up that way, FYI. Whatever the case, we also have down here things like El Paso Electric, the local power company. You can call them. If you're not wanting to do solar, if you actually want to build out there and you want to have power lines extended out to the property, or however exactly they do it, call them, say, hey, it's going to be out in the middle of nowhere. Nearest property is roughly about a mile away. What is that going to cost me? Practically speaking, what do I need to know? And maybe you'll find out that it's actually not that difficult or not that expensive. Maybe you'll find out, as I assume, that it would be, a scooch expensive. And then you'll go with solar. I don't know. Whatever the case, there are other helpful links down here. Moongate Water Company services this local area. We also have as with all of our listing pages, the Office of the State Engineer. Anytime you're going to drill a well in New Mexico, anytime you're going to try to get water rights for a property, this is the office, this is the government bureaucracy that you're going to want to speak to, the Office of the State Engineer. So they can help better instruct you on that, how that works, and what you need to know about it. So talk to them. Let's bring up some comps out here in Doña County. I just want to show you guys. So this is Land and Farm, as always. These are the unfiltered comps. You'll notice our 1 acre for 4,500 comes up first. Hang on, let's do this by acres. Minimum acreage, say 1 acre. Maximum acreage, say, 7 acres. Let's apply the filter, click search. And then let's sort these by, price lowest first. So here's a 2.5 acre for $10,000. That's actually not that bad out there. Here's a 5 acre for $23,000. That is the cheapest 5 acre out there, and they don't even have photos of it. So this one is, excuse me, $9,000 more expensive than ours. Here's one that's $11,000 more expensive than ours. And these are the cheapest 5 acres out there. As you continue to scroll through this list, you'll find things like a 1 acre for 25, 1 acre for 25. It's questionable exactly how comparable those are. I'm sure some of these are in the heart of the city or closer to the city than ours. But these listings that are up here by Outback, we've sold properties on Outback Drive, and that's actually really close to this property. So this gives you a sense. Here's 5 acres for $25,000, or here's our 5 acres for $14,000. Anyway, If you'd like to purchase this property, let me just run you through this. So we ask for a $500 earnest money deposit. This is non-refundable. We anticipate anybody who's going to pay us $14,000 wants to close through a title company. As noted, we already closed on this through New Mexico Land and Title. So we have title insurance with it, clear and marketable title. We'll be able to provide a warranty deed for that. Whatever the case, you put down $500. That's going to get the process going. Just click the Buy Now button. It's going to take you to this checkout page. So you give us the name you want on the deed, you give us the tax address, where's the Doña County Treasurer going to send the yearly tax bill, agree to our terms of service, and on the next page you're going to enter credit card or debit card information to put down that deposit. Once we have the deposit, we'll contact you about exactly how you want to do this. Again, we suggest a title company. And for those of you who don't know the benefits of the title company, it's that we can't touch your money until such a time as the property has been deeded into your name. So that's always a huge benefit, particularly when you get into these price points. If you're wary about buying land online, that will help assuage your fears. Anyway, on this page, how buying works, you can read more about what this process is like, but here we have a sample sale purchase agreement. This essentially is what you're agreeing to when you put the money down. This is what the contract's going to look like. Very simple, one-page contract, one page for signatures. Whatever the case, you sign it, we sign it, buyer and seller demonstrate intent, and then we ship that off to the title company, and hopefully they should have this wrapped up within about 2 weeks' time and be able to convey the property to you. And for those of you who haven't dealt with the title company before, you're never going to have to go to their offices. We buy hundreds of properties every year, and I rarely get out of my pajamas to do it. So I certainly don't go to New Mexico. So if you live in one part of New Mexico and are curious, hey, am I going to have to go all the way to Las Cruces or Albuquerque? No, you are not. Handle all this from a distance. Anyway, hope that was helpful. Hope that was informative. And by the way, just one last thing, guys. I just want to say this $500 deposit that we ask for, all you owe at that point is $13,500. So I don't want you to think it's $500 down and then $14,000, because some people have asked us about that. It's $14,000 total. Okay. Anyway, guys, hope this was informative. If you have any questions, shoot us an email at support@hemingwayland.com. Leave a comment here on the YouTube, or give us a call, 702-919-7170. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.